Hello Leo, it's Lisa, and here is your March 2024 general reading. This is just a general reading. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, all my contact information is in the description box below. Okay, Leo, so let's see what's in store for you this month. I think it's going to be a really interesting month for most signs. So what is the overall message for Leo? Leo, it is the 10 of Wands, which I think you had. The 10 of Wands is all about just taking those baby steps to move forward, right? Just focus on what you need to do right now in the moment to move towards the goals that you have. Don't focus on the future and the outcome and how it's all going to come together and when is it all going to come together. It's one of those things where it's like, it doesn't matter. All you have to do is focus on each step and each moment. And the more you do that, the quicker things will happen. When you're looking at the outcome and trying to figure it out, you'll trip and fall and have to backtrack to learn something. This is all about just take one moment at a time, one step at a time. That's all you have to do. The challenge you have for March is moving forward. And, you know, the cherry can be several things. So the cherry can be moving forward with balance instead of rushing forward, right? Wanting to rush forward. So it's just kind of just move forward, and stay in control. Don't have things kind of rushing forward. But it is that you are moving towards really positive outcomes. With it being a challenge, it's that you're just not sure. You want to know what the outcome is. That's what the whole thing feels like. So you want to rush forward, run forward. And they're telling you, you just need to take one step at a time and be in the moment. Don't rush. It's not a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. And I know that sounds like, oh my God, but you end up, the feeling about this is you end up sprinting by thinking it's a marathon, right? By taking the steps going, okay, this is a marathon. I'm in this for the long haul. This is a lifestyle, not a diet kind of feeling, right? And whether that's about career or whatever, and when you have that attitude, it does flow a lot faster because it's like the path of least resistance. But when you are trying to run forward really fast and make things happen fast, you'll trip and fall. You'll go backwards. You'll hit walls, right? Because you're not looking where you're going. So it's just take a deep breath in and just take one step at a time in March. And then where you need to focus is not thinking small. The Two of Wands is about not limiting your thinking, not settling. It's understanding you can have what you want to have. You can achieve the goals you want to achieve. Don't limit your thinking. Think big and then think even bigger. Whatever that is for you. We all have our own perception of what that is. So like what I feel is big and even bigger might be different than yours, right? So, and that's okay. But it's just about not saying, well, okay, I'm just going to be this way and not be satisfied and happy because this is the way it's always been. No, you can have what you want to have. You can work hard and achieve it, and the universe will help you as long as you're moving forward with balance. And then what you don't see coming in March will reveal in a moment, Leo. Yeah, it just really feels like you just need to kind of focus on taking each steps, learning what you need to learn, gathering information and doing, and everything will go forward. So taking one step at a time, the 10 of Wands, you've planted the seeds to your success. So you've done some of the work. You're moving in the right direction. Now this card is all about doing the work to achieve the success, but also being open to adapting, changing some things, adding some things, cutting some things out, bringing some things in. It's the more you kind of work and adapt with whatever it is that you're working on, the more success that you'll have. The traditional of this card is you plant some seeds, the plant grows, and now you need to water it, fertilize it, prune the tree. And the more you do that, the more fruit that you will bear. So it is very much like you just need to focus on doing what you need to do and being open to changing and adapting, not so structured that it kind of gets you stuck. And the 9 of Pentacles is about you earning your own success. No one can hand it to you. You need to do the work, right? So people can give you opportunity and cheer you on, but ultimately you need to take the steps in order to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. It's a very empowering card, the Nine of Pentacles. And it is saying that you will achieve the success, but you have to do the work in order to achieve it. And no one can do it for you. So, which I know is kind of like, that, but I think there's a sense of doubt about all of this. You want to just know the outcome and hurry to get there, to get the success. But it's so important to take the baby steps in order to get there. So you see the opportunities, you learn what you need to learn, and then you have this really strong foundation, which will lead you to even more success. It's really an interesting feeling. So then the Chariot, the challenge you have is about moving forward with balance, not rushing forward. Yeah, it's almost like there's a sense where that there's success at the end of wherever you're heading, and you want to rush there and get there, but you can't. You need to kind of just pull in the reins and move forward calmly. The King of Swords is about you being in charge and being proactive and making things happen, which makes the Chariot move. But you're also in control of it, right? So it's taking the steps you need to take, not rushing forward to force things to happen. It's about making things happen, not forcing things to happen, is what they're saying to me. So it is just continuing to do that and not just kind of sitting back and waiting. And then the Three of Swords is all about heartache leads to new beginnings. So certain things had to happen in order for you to achieve the successes you're going to have. And even if you're like saying to yourself, well, things aren't moving forward, I'm doing all this stuff and they're not moving forward, there's something you need to learn, and you have to let go of something or whatever the process is for you. And when you do that and you push forward and learn, okay, I've got this, I can make this happen, I'm not going to settle, I'm going to make this happen, then it will push you in the right direction. And you'll look back and go, wow, I am so glad that I learned that and that I was able to earn this success, because look at my life now. So there's something within this heartache that you're learning that is going to be very, very valuable to your successes. And then where they want you to focus on is not settling and not limiting your life. It's thinking big and moving towards your goals. And when you do, you get the big success card. So again, this card is like big success, happiness, fulfillment, joy in whatever area. Like Pentacles is traditionally money, but it can be whatever makes you secure in the material world, love, right? So it's like if you limit yourself in love or you settle, and you're just like, well, yeah, I'm just going to settle being unhappy or settle in this relationship that doesn't, fulfill me, then you're limiting your success. Right? What you really, really want. That love that you're wanting is out there. So when you don't limit yourself and you move forward, in comes the big love that you want, right? So it's also the mindset of it that you can have the kind of love you want to have. You can have the money or the health that you want to have. And then what with this comes, when you don't limit your thinking, you get mental clarity, right? So you can say, you know what, very clearly, this is what I want. A lot of times why we don't, because of our self-worth and fear we have, and doubt, is because we're not very clear on what it is we want. We're afraid to admit what we want. We're afraid to think big, because who are we to think big? And it's like, you're worthy of having millions of dollars. You're worthy of having the health you want to have, or the love you want to have, the career you want to have. And when you are very clear about that, and then very clear about what it is you want, you are able to move towards that and make it happen. And the universe can help you with it as well. It's almost like the universe is waiting for you to kind of go, wait a minute, I'm not going to limit myself anymore. I'm going to go towards this. And then what you don't see coming is you shining, the Queen of Wands. It's all about you coming center stage, you shining and being like 100% authentic yourself and going, you know what? I don't have to limit myself. I don't need to, I can have all these things. I can be the person I want to be, achieve the things I want to achieve, and it becomes that way. The High Priestess is about listening to your intuition, your gut. What does your gut tell you to do? Don't listen to your head, because that's where all fear and doubt live. And your heart can, be skewed a bit because it could be hurt and sheltered. So it might have, a skewed opinion, and it could be totally open and get you in trouble. You can balance your intuition with your heart and your head, but ultimately you need to learn to start trusting your gut. Trust yourself and your guides. And then it's just putting your head down, working hard, gathering the information you need to gather in order to achieve the successes you want to achieve. And the more you do that, the more success that comes into your life in March. It just feels like this process through March of really kind of stepping into what it is you want and then going for it. Very interesting. Have a wonderful month, Leo. Thank you so much for watching. If you could like and share my video, that really helps. Have a great month, and I'll talk to you soon.
The only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. Namaste, Yabaz.